That would be a lot of people's norm.
Yeah.
They would be enjoying themselves when they hop on that.
Yes, a party on wheels. What?
Trust
I'm a
me.
jam on my way to work.
We made a mention, and I seen y'all coming up in the comic section about what if a mama or grandpa hopped on there and it was, on their way to whatever, but they had the gospel playing on my tattoos. Yeah, they would be cutting up. Real talk. That's just how that go though.
Yes, I mean, it just depends on your background. Okay, so not just America.
Yeah, it's just not,
It's your background.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 100K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
The death toll from an attack by terrorists on a Nairobi shopping mall has reached 68. Kenya's Red Cross says another 9 bodies have been brought out from the building.
The attack began before dawn. Witnesses say masked gunmen entered the campus through the dormitory.
On December 14th, 1992, I was born in the Aga Khan University Hospital in Nairobi, Kenya. What's more interesting though is the fact that my entire family, 100% Indian with zero trace of Kenyan, lived in this country for 16 years. But yet, when I ask my dad about Kenya, I get this response.
Arsil, while you are in Kenya, take care of your backpack and your luggage and your wallet. Be careful of surrounding, okay? Bye.
One of the things I'm really curious about is that where did this fear come from? Does it come from the gated Indian communities? Does it come from the fact that we look a little different from the normal Kenyan? Or does it come from the stories from people who actually got robbed? But out of all of these things, how is that any different?
I want to take that back just a tad whenever his daddy made that mention. I feel like dad was on the right track with saying exactly what he said without necessarily meaning be fearful.
Right,
because when we're traveling, when we're putting up in different locations, my mom would specifically text me a prayer. She would specifically call and say, you be safe, you have fun. It's like, that's a natural instinct of a parent. They don't want nothing to happen to their baby.
Right.
But overall, still have fun. So I don't think that's like a fear thing. I think that's just them saying, be on your P's and Q's because life happens.
Exactly. And I feel like even here in the United States, that's a normal thing for my parents.
Yeah, real talk.
And we're adults with a family of our own. So, I don't know, like, y'all let us know. Our supporters who are in, let's say, Portugal.
Portugal.
Do your family tell you this? Or Australia, do y'all family tell you this? Because this is our norm.
Yeah, this is very normal.
So,
yeah, I just want to make that mention because I seen after he came back, he was like, why are people so fearful? In that way, that's not exact quoted, but in that context, why are people fearful?
Yeah, but his dad didn't look 100% Indian.
He said that was 100%.
I just got to put that out.
Oh, man.
From any other part of the world. To help solve this curiosity, I'm going to need the help of a local.
Hi guys, my name is Elsie. I am Kenyan and I've lived here all of my life.
Long story short, she's an online creator, so yeah, we met online. So would you consider Kenya a safe country?
To be honest, I think it's relatively safe. It really just all depends on which part of the country you are at. And like many other countries out here, we have the good and the bad. So in my own opinion, guys, I would say Kenya is really a safe place for any person to visit. Let me show you guys.
As an outsider visiting Kenya, I rarely see tourists taking the public transportation. It might have to do with the fact that these buses all look very different, and they're constantly packed with people, making them into a hot spot to get robbed. Or is it? Let's take a look inside.
There's something we have that's called the matatu culture around here.
A matatu is another word for buses.
You'll find like we have a lot of buses with this graffiti and they come with very loud music, and we are going to try to show you guys a part of that as well. This is a prime example of how the matatu buses look like on the inside. They come with a lot of screens, like this one for instance.
Okay, so we have, covered a lot of the Matatu culture on this channel for the past 2 years, honestly. And one thing I want to point out right here is that there's cameras.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so if something's going on, I will hope that the people who are operating the Masatu is going to take care of the people that's on there. They're not just going to let, somebody beat you up or something,
Big fact. Yeah, that makes sense. Big facts.
And then they come with a lot of speakers, like you can see on the inside, and they are actually quite noisy. They can get quite noisy on some days.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things is that when you look at an environment like this, especially if you come from America, you wouldn't initially want to come to something like this. But the key is, get yourself a local, and you start realizing that things aren't as bad.
Yeah, as they portray them.
And it's all built up in your head.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing.
Now we
he pointed this out.
Being from America, that's our norm in a sense. The graffiti, the artwork, and everything. We don't naturally see that on every ride that passes by on a bus, right? Yeah. But the authenticity of it, the party side of it, the vibe and the relationship that comes from certain locations in America, that would be a lot of people's norm. They would be enjoying themselves when they hop on that.
Yes, a party on wheels. What?
Trust
I'm a
me.
jam on my way to work.
We made a mention, and I see y'all coming up in the comic section about what if a mama or grandpa hopped on there and it was, on their way to whatever, but they had the gospel playing on my tattoos. Yeah, they would be cutting up. Real talk. That's just how that go though.
Yes, I mean, it just depends on your background. Okay, so not just America.
Yeah, it's just not,
It's your background.
Bang. There you go.
Enough when I used to tell people I was born in Kenya, the first thing that people would be like, oh my god, you were born in a hut, which really frustrated me at the time.
So one of the misconceptions about Africa and Kenya in general, guys, is most people tend to think that we live in huts, which is actually not true. As you can see behind me, there's such an amazing view of buildings, and there are actually quite a few that are coming up.
I mean, just taking a 360 view, you see not one, not two, not three, but 5 new buildings going up at the same time. People have this weird assumption that animals like lions and zebras are just roaming the streets everywhere.
One of the other misconceptions we have about Kenya, guys, is that wild animals roam in the streets. This is as close as you can get to a wild animals in this country. Wild animals tend to be very contained. Here you will find them in orphanages.
Like this elephant orphanage that I went to.
We have zoos and we have conservation centers actually.
Like the safari that I went on with my whole family.
So if you are a tourist, so to speak, and you would like to see these animals, you essentially have to visit these places for you to come into contact with them. So yeah, we do not have animals roaming the streets of Nairobi.
And I will see you guys in the next video.
So I love that he did that. That was a good video. Make sure you go check him out.
Yes, big facts.
Yeah. You want to talk first?
I mean, it's common sense almost. Like, we know places to be, places to not be. And I think that's just how that works. But to highlight a whole country and say that they're bad is a big piece. That's too much to chunk off. That's a little bit too much. And I would never, think that about a location.
Right, not at all. So this is what I think about Kenya, right? So I feel like Kenyans are one of the nicest people that we have come across since covering the world, right? But also, Kenyans don't play.
Nah.
They don't play. When there's a cause that they truly believe in, they get it done. All right. So I feel like anywhere, if you could survive in America, you could survive anywhere.
Right. I think, though, you guys know our story a bit, though, like that we came from the hood, that we know about the parts, you know what I'm saying? We've been through stuff that we didn't even tell y'all that we've been through before. Right. So it's like, bad places don't rub us wrong. We kind of know how to move in certain spots, in certain locations. Right. But as adults, we know where not to be because we don't go looking for that. And I feel people need to be like that in general. So the topic of this video was, is Kenya a fearful place to be? You know what I'm saying? And the answer to me is no. But again, that's places that you shouldn't be. And I think educating on what to do and what not to do will help you enjoy your stay.
Right. And as a tourist, are you going toward the hood?
Right.
Why?
I mean, for
Why?
real.
Okay, so do your research. He suggested finding a local, but everyone isn't going to be connected to a local.
Yeah.
I would just say do your research. Look at videos, read reviews, and take it from there.
Big facts.
Yeah. So, Kenyans, come on, talk about your country.
Talk about
Tell them
it
the
now.
good parts to go to.
Pull up.
Tell them which parts to stay away from.
Let them know how y'all living.
Yes, let them know how to get on the masaai too if they're
Enjoy
first
some of that
time,
good food.
and as well as letting everybody else on the channel know about your culture in your
There's
country.
nothing
You're
to
letting us know.
fear. Yes, nothing to fear.
Yes,
You feel me?
And we'll see y'all soon. All right. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our reaction request form is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.